If you've got a marine toilet on your boat, there's a good chance you're breaking federal law right now and don't even know it. The EPA and Coast Guard can hit you with fines starting at $2,500 per day for illegal sewage discharge. And if you're a repeat offender, $50,000 per day. Most boat owners have no clue about the Y valve rules, the 3-mile limit, or what a no discharge zone even means. And that ignorance is costing people thousands in fines. So let me break down exactly how boat toilet regulations work, what a marine sanitation device is, and how to avoid getting slammed with massive EPA penalties. Let's get into it. All right, first thing. If your boat has a permanently installed toilet, federal law requires you to have what's called a Marine Sanitation Device, or MSD. There are 3 types, and understanding the difference is critical. Type 1 MSD. This is a flow-through system that treats your sewage using chemicals or heat before it goes overboard. Think Lectrasan or similar systems. It treats the waste, reduces bacteria count, then discharges it. Legal to use in most coastal waters, but not everywhere. Type 2 MSD. Similar concept, but it uses biological treatment instead of chemicals. Bacteria break down the waste before discharge. Same deal, treats it, then releases it overboard. Also legal in most coastal waters. Type 3 MSD. This is just a holding tank, no treatment. It stores your sewage until you can pump it out at a shore facility, or, if you're far enough offshore, discharge it directly. Now here's where people get confused. Just because you have one of these systems doesn't mean you can use it wherever you want. Federal law says you can discharge raw, untreated sewage if you're more than 3 miles offshore. That's 3 nautical miles from the coast. So if you've got a Type 3 holding tank and you're 4 miles out in the ocean, you can legally pump that tank overboard. But, and this is huge, some states have different rules. Texas and Florida's Gulf Coast, 9-mile limit, not 3. 9 nautical miles before you can discharge. Why? Historical boundaries. Florida's was set by Spain before statehood. Texas got theirs from their independence treaty. Doesn't matter why. What matters is if you dump at 4 miles out on the Texas Gulf Coast, you're breaking state law even though you're outside the federal 3-mile limit. And if you're in coastal waters, inland waters, lakes, rivers, anything less than 3 miles from shore, you cannot discharge raw sewage, period. That's where your MSD type matters. This is where most people get fined. A Y valve is a 3-way valve that lets you direct your toilet waste either to your holding tank or straight overboard. Boat owners love them because offshore you can discharge directly, and inshore you route it to the tank. Sounds convenient, right? Problem is, when you're operating in coastal or inland waters, anywhere inside that 3-mile limit, federal law requires that Y valve to be secured in the closed position. Not just closed, secured. Under 33 CFR 159, acceptable methods of securing are: close the valve and remove the handle, padlock the valve in the closed position, use a non-releasable wire tie to hold it closed, or lock the door to the head compartment with a padlock. Just having it in the closed position isn't enough. Coast Guard boarding officers check for this. If they find an unsecured Y valve, that's a violation, even if you swear you never use it. And here's the kicker. They're not just checking the Y valve, they're checking the seacock. That's the through-hull valve that actually lets waste go overboard. That needs to be secured too. A lot of boat owners think, I'll just secure the Y valve and I'm good. Nope. Seacock needs to be secured as well, using the same methods. Remove the handle, padlock it, or wire tie it shut. Now let's talk about No Discharge Zones, or NDZs. These are areas where the EPA has said absolutely no sewage discharge is allowed. Not treated, not untreated, nothing. If you're in an NDZ, even your Type 1 or Type 2 flow-through MSD can't discharge. Everything goes to the holding tank, and you pump it out at a shore facility. Where are these zones? They're everywhere and expanding. All non-navigable freshwater lakes are NDZs. The Great Lakes are NDZs under an agreement with Canada, and coastal areas are being added constantly. Florida examples: Destin Harbor, the entire Florida Keys Marine Sanctuary, Key West. Texas, Clear Lake is a no discharge zone, and states keep adding more. So before you head into new waters, check if it's an NDZ. Boat US has maps. Your cruising guide should list them. Don't assume. In an NDZ, your Y valve better be secured, and you better have a holding tank. Some NDZs don't even allow you to have a Y valve installed. They want it completely removed. Check local regulations. Quick note on gray water. That's water from your sinks and showers. Federally, there are no regulations on gray water discharge for recreational boats. You can dump your sink water overboard. But, and there's always a but, some states and some NDZs also restrict gray water. Canada has gray water rules. Some inland lakes ban it. And if your gray water mixes with your sewage, like if your shower drains into your holding tank, then it all gets treated as sewage, and you have to follow sewage rules. All right, let's talk about what happens if you screw this up. State-level fines vary by state. Florida, $250 civil penalty for raw sewage discharge. Texas, up to $2,000 for not having an MSD. Florida, $50 infraction for compliance issues, like an unsecured Y valve. Federal-level EPA fines under the Clean Water Act. First violation, $2,500 to $25,000 per day. Subsequent violations, up to $50,000 per day. Knowing violations, $5,000 to $50,000 per day, plus potential prison time. And that per day part is key. If you're discharging illegally for a week before they catch you, that's 7 days of fines. 50,000 times 7? You do the math. Oh, and if your discharge causes injury, property damage, or you knew it violated the law and did it anyway, criminal penalties kick in. We're talking 3 to 6 years in prison and fines up to $100 grand. And here's the thing. Ignorance is not a defense. I didn't know doesn't work. The law requires you to have an MSD. The law requires your Y valve to be secured. If you don't know the rules, that's on you. So, who's actually checking this stuff? Coast Guard boarding officers. They board recreational vessels all the time for safety inspections. And when they're on your boat, they're checking your MSD. They'll ask to see your marine toilet setup. They'll check if you have a Type 1, 2, or 3. They'll look for that Y valve. They'll check if it's secured properly. They'll verify you're not in an NDZ if you've got a flow-through system. State Marine Patrol can also check. Florida DEP officers. Texas Parks and Wildlife. They're all enforcing these rules. And if someone reports you, another boater sees you pumping your holding tank in a harbor, authorities will investigate. People take this seriously because nobody wants to swim in sewage. So here's your action plan. Step 1. Figure out what type of MSD you have. Type 1, 2, or 3. If you don't know, check the manual or look for the Coast Guard certification label on the device. Step 2. If you have a Y valve, secure it. Right now, coastal and inland waters require it secured. Remove the handle, padlock it, or zip tie it shut with a non-releasable tie. Do the same for your through-hull seacock. Step 3. Know where you're boating. Are you in a no discharge zone? Check before you go. If you are, make sure your holding tank is functional and you know where the nearest pump-out station is. Step 4. Respect the 3-mile rule. If you're inside 3 miles or 9 miles in Texas and Florida Gulf, do not discharge raw sewage. Use your holding tank or your treatment system if you have one. Step 5. Get your system inspected. Some states like Texas require MSD certification for certain boats. Even if it's not required, having it checked ensures you're compliant. And look, I get it. Dealing with sewage is nobody's favorite part of boating. But the fines are real, the environmental impact is real, and the Coast Guard does enforce this. $50,000 per day is no joke. Secure that Y valve, use your holding tank, know the rules for where you're boating. Bottom line, if you've got a head on your boat, you need to understand Marine Sanitation Device regulations. Type 1, Type 2, or Type 3. Y valve secured. 3-mile rule. No discharge zones. Get it wrong, and you're looking at thousands in fines, possible criminal charges, and a lot of explaining to do when the Coast Guard boards you. I've got links in the description to the EPA regulations, the Coast Guard MSD requirements, No Discharge Zone maps, and pump-out station locators. If this helped you avoid a $25,000 mistake, hit that subscribe button. We cover Coast Guard and EPA regulations every week here on the Marine Ledger. See you on the next one.